Hey, everybody, it's Drew Scooter from Sleep With Me Podcast. It's Fearless Friday with Nog. So I'm going to fearlessly make a drink and then try one thing from Trader Joe's. Somebody did just send me a screenshot. So I wanted to touch, let's see, I got notes here. Okay, just checking my notes. Okay, so somebody sent me a screenshot from Facebook. If you subscribe to a paid version of Sleep With Me and you're getting ads, it's not possible through the paid version of Sleep With Me to get ads because they're basically like they're hosted in two different locations. So it's almost like two different warehouses that stock two totally different items. Or if you're getting like ad-like things and you're a paid subscriber, Sleep With Me, the places you get paid subscriptions are Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Sleep With Me Plus. You're accidentally you're listening to the ad-supported version of the show. It's just not possible, like those two things. So just let us help you, right? Contact me through the contact form on our website. If you're paying for Sleep With Me, it's just a matter of like 3 clicks to add your paid subscriptions to your podcast app. So please let me know and use the contact form on our website. If you're looking for ad-free Sleep With Me content, most people, the majority of our listeners listen to the show linearly, which means just in order to the ad-supported version, and they like that, and they get kind of like, that's how we keep making the show. If you want an ad-supported version of Sleep With Me, there's a bunch of ways to do it, right? Support the show back, and then the podcast that puts you to sleep back, and join Sleep With Me Plus. If you just use Apple Podcasts sells its own subscription. That's just ad-free episodes, though. Occasional bonus stuff, where Sleep With Me Plus has more options and more stuff. And then there's our referral program. I just set somebody up with 6 months of Sleep With Me Plus on our referral program. And someone else is just about to get it. So you just sign up for a referral program. You refer people to the free podcast. It's a great way to support the show anyway. Great time of year to do it. That's at sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. And there's also like I don't want to do anything way. I mean, I can't just do that, right? But we have Cornelia, one of the greatest listeners we've ever had and the most supportive listeners we've ever had. She supported the show financially and referred people to the podcast in a way so some of you don't have to, at least refer. So I have a ton of referrals that Cornelia earned, and I know Cornelia wanted those. We didn't have Sleep With Me Plus back then, but so we have a what do you call a scholarship program, right? All you have to do is sign up for the referral program and try once. That's all I ask. And then we could work something out. If you're adamant about doing even that and you want ad-free episodes of the show, just send me a reason on our contact form on our website. But those are ways to get free ad-free episodes. So, but if you're paying already and you're not getting ad-free episodes, it's just a matter of getting that set up. And you could search your email, or reach out to us for help. We're happy to help. We have a support team at Sleep With Me Plus. All right. That being said, I actually have some other cool news. But I'll talk about it while I try these. This is what I'm drinking. This is a zero sugar cola. And like I did last time, I've never tried this before. I'm going to make a dirty Nog cola. I don't know how this is going to be. Oh man, I don't have a swizzle stick, so it's going to be. Let me just see if I can do this. Okay, so it's kind of. All right, I'm going to try it, even though right now it's like. It's not really mixed because the Nog is so thick. It's like I'm the Holiday Lebowski, like that, whatever that episode. All right, let's try this now. You really, It's kind of tastes like Nog and seltzer mixed together, which is strange. I'm sure the sugared version, maybe with root beer. I don't know. Not awful though. All right, let me try these. So, normally this time of year it gets a little quieter as far as people needing stuff from sleep with me. And so I try to focus on some projects. And right now I'm like doing the project of like trying to find old backups of episodes. Oh, so what are we trying? These Petite Fours. I talked about them in the Fearless Flyer episode that's coming out. And when I bought them, the person at Trader Joe's was like, these are unbelievably good. I don't know what the flavor is. I'm guessing this is the coffee one. It's coffee one. They are like mini cakes, a little bit denser than a cake, but that's nice. Maybe a peanut butter coffee. So, even as we speak, I'm not talking with my mouth full. So even as we speak, I'm going to some old backups of old computers and trying to find old. It's tough to explain the history of the podcast, but I never thought Sleep With Me would make it this far. And even when I was making it, and I never had unlimited time or budget, right? So when I started making the show, at least for the first 2 years, I don't even think I had a backup solution, but I didn't have space for the files or anything. And then at some point I just started trying to find stuff in my spare time, right? Because I was working a full-time job and trying to manage the podcast full-time. But I slowly did add in backups. And then actually, like, this was probably 5 years ago, I ended up accidentally formatting a backup. And then my original backup software, cloud backup software, the company, I won't mention them by name. It wasn't the company we advertised for. I still use that company, Backblaze. I mean, it's not sponsored, but that's what I use now. This other company, they decided to go from like having unlimited versions to like deleting your files and deleting your deleted files. But anyway, I found some backups of episodes before in the pre 400 era, not a lot. And even the 400 era, I think the 500, 400, 600 and up, I think we have our original project files, which is kind of complicated to explain. But anyway, we're thinking about next year. I think maybe I already talked about this, like putting out more episodes. I'm just waiting for permission and if it's financially feasible. So we would ideally put out 2 new episodes every week and maybe a third repeat every week during the busy season, which is when school's in session. So January to mid-May and then September to mid-November. I don't know if that's going to be possible or yet, or when we'll start it. It'd be great if we start at the beginning of the year. But so we're looking at re-listening to old episodes, Rusty Biscuit and I, Russell, and then analyzing those episodes to see how much changes have to be made to this modern era of Sleep With Me, where a lot of families listen together. And then, let's try this chocolate one. So it's pretty cool. And that's like made possible like through people who support the show, obviously, but chocolate. But it kind of goes down to what I mentioned earlier, actually. So we've looked at the stats. I talked about this in another video. And there's a lot of people that benefit from the ad-supported version of the podcast and that listen. And they listen linearly, and the fact that like they don't pick the episodes. As the episode comes out, they listen to it. And then in between the nights, they might listen to the episode that comes out on Sunday night. Then they'll re-listen to it Monday night. Then a new episode comes out on Tuesday, and then listen to that episode Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then listening plummets on weekends, obviously. And so for those super consumers that listen to the ad-supported version of the podcast, as well as the people that support the show directly, because they would get they'd get kind of remixed, like a little bit better improvement in sound quality if we can pull it off. But like more content, I guess. But we don't. I mean, there's no way we could produce 3 episodes a week. So I don't know. And it kind of goes back. I just made another video about this. Like my job, and I steer all. And this is one of these decisions that I'm trying to see if it's possible. But steering through, my job is to make the podcast that puts you to sleep, right? And ever since I realized that, which was when I still had a full-time job, and I tried to decide, should I go to grad school or keep making this podcast? Should I try to be a screenwriter or keep making this podcast? What should I do about this, or this? Well, my job is to make the podcast that puts you to sleep. What should I do? Oh, okay. I've also been thinking about, what does that mean? Like, if that's my job, like, what's the job of the podcast that puts you to sleep, right? What's the goal of Sleep With Me? Because it's not that simple, right? But I talk about it in every intro. But could I distill that down? And right now I have distilled it down to, it's to relieve suffering. It's not to fix suffering. It's not to eliminate suffering, but it's to ease suffering in the deep, dark night, or relieve it in the way, in a very unique way that it does it for the people that it's going to work for. But that's what it really comes down to, like, because it can relieve suffering. I don't know. I hear so many listener stories, right? But it's to relieve suffering or ease suffering in the deep, dark night. That's the purpose of Sleep With Me, or the goal of Sleep With Me deep down, the core. And my job is to make the best decisions to keep making the podcast that puts you to sleep, right? So I don't know. That's going to be my focus. It's been my focus in all the listener requests, or the support requests I've been putting out in the ad-supported show. I guess I got to refine those, because but I'm working on that, right? Because that's what I'm going to be focused on, particularly those people that are like, you better keep making this podcast for the next 4 years. It's like, okay, I'm trying to make the podcast that puts you to sleep, right? So anyway, that's a long ramble. Oh, I still have one more cake to try. There's 3 different versions. This is the white chocolate one, which tends to be, I hope maybe it could be a lemon or something. Holy moly. I wish they just sold that. Wow. It's like a tiny piece of wedding cake. So this is a strong recommend. If you like chocolate, it's got the chocolate one. If you got like a vanilla, I don't know if it's white chocolate, just vanilla, and then coffee. And this one obviously came strongly recommended. These are freshish. I'm sure they go frozen to fresh, so they do have an expiration date on them. So keep that in mind. All right, everybody, let me know. Contact Farm on our website. It's a way to get a hold of me if you need help with Sleep With Me Plus. If you're looking to sign up for the referral program, it's sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. And if you need a scholarship, sign up for it. Let me know you signed up for it. Share it once. And then we could work something out. Or if you're adamant about, I have the Sleep With Me podcast.com/no thank you thing. So if you're someone that's adamant, I'll never support the show financially or do anything for the podcast, but I want ad-free stuff. Send me an email, man. If you would see that would be nothing compared to the messages I get. Like that's just say that. Like, so wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like your behavior would not be shocking if you send me an email like that. And it's a lot better than people that try other stuff to get that. People that try to use fake credit cards or whatever. That it's like that's a lot of work. Or they keep signing up under different emails, which is stuff I've probably done before to get a longer free trials. So you could do that. You could just change your email and keep signing up for free trials, or just email me. And what else? I thought I had one more thing. If you need help, let me know through the contact form on our website. Oh, on these comments, like I said, I don't check all the comments on social media, and it's not a good place to get support or help. But let me know what you think. Is that does Sleep With Me relieve suffering? I know it's a strong word, but it's true, I think. Or is it? I don't know. Thanks. Fearless Friday over.